So it was kind of a long night last night. Seems the alchemy club lost control of this giant underground fungus.
Idiots.
And these huge mushrooms popped up and started shooting spores at people, and anyone who inhaled them kind of started lurching around like a zombie.
Actually, that part was pretty funny.
Right up to the moment they tried to burn down the Lustig Theater building.
Yeah, it's still pretty funny.
And tried to attack anyone who stopped them.
Yeah, it's still like
okay, you can stop pretending to be all callous and indifferent. They saw you save me.
I was just saving myself from the spores.
Sure you were. Anyway, those of us who, for whatever reason, didn't get a face full of mushroom dust spent the evening hacking apart 6-foot toadstools and rolling barrels of fungicide into the basement of any building within a half-mile of the Lustig, which, side note, what is it with people trying to burn that place down? Didn't they already torch it back in 1904?
Well, nobody likes theater students.
Some crazy cooking club prank. My hair still smells like burning portobellos.
Hey, Perry, I don't think that those
Don't bother. She's trying to convince herself Day of the Triffids out there has something to do with the calf greenhouse getting out of control.
That is not beyond the realm of giant mushrooms.
Did you see Danny out there? I mean, good thing she was on our side, because that was violent.
Yeah, I don't think she's taking our thing from yesterday very well.
Yeah, I'd steer clear of her for a little while, especially if she's armed.
Not to be inhospitable, but why the hell are you two here?
The test results came back for the fluid we found in Sarah Jane and Natalie's room.
And?
But maybe some kind of cyclical natural thing like a jellyfish
So it was cerebrospinal fluid.
Is that what I think it is?
It's the fluid in your brain sac.
So I stuck my hand in a puddle of Betty's brain fluid. Ugh.
Oh, it gets better than that.
And what exactly is your idea of better?
I looked at it through our electron microscope, and I found these.
Holy crapsticks, what are those?
I think it's some kind of parasite.
Don't look at me, I don't know anything about parasites. I'm a vampire, not a guinea worm.
Okay, but this could be what makes Betty and the other girls started acting so crazy. I mean, parasites do that, right? Like the thing in the Amazon that makes ants climb up trees before it kills them.
Exactly, or that protozoa that makes you like cats. Is there something you make them drink, or something injected or inhaled?
No. Whatever's happening to them happens after my mother takes them.
Think carefully, there has to be something.
Yeah, sure, okay, let's just dissect my deeply painful past in excruciating detail.
I don't want to make her uncomfortable, but first-hand witness, hello.
I know, it's just, she kind of lost someone a while ago, and I think talking about it makes her sad or guilty, or... And those are things that a human might feel, so she's probably going to go scour herself with a lie or eat somebody. You don't think she'd eat somebody?
Yeah, crushes on vampires.
What? I feel sorry for her is all. The way that her mom treats her, it's no wonder she has baggage.
Well, I want to figure this out before her baggage crushes us. So, minion vamps take girls, they infect them with the brain parasites, hence pod people, and then they kidnap them again. Why?
What if they don't?
What?
Parasites have life cycles, right? So what if the girls disappearing a second time isn't the vampires at all? What if it's like the next stage of the parasite? What if it's something that we've never even seen before at all?
No. These are not things that happen. Vampires and evil, weird brain parasites and giant mushrooms, no. We're supposed to have a movie night and a formal dance at the end of term, and you will come to me with boy problems or girl problems or menstrual problems, but not all of this evil, weird conspiracy. No, this needs to stop happening. I demand that this stops happening. Just be normal. Just be normal!
Gee, Pear, tell us how you really feel.
Look, I get that this is all big fun for you, Susan, but you can't just expect everyone to go along with all of this insanity.
Like it or not, Pear, weird is the way it is.
That doesn't mean you need to fling yourself into every weird situation you can find head first. Like this nonsense where you won't even let me call you Susan anymore.
I don't want to be Susan anymore.
Well, that's too bad, because she was my friend. I don't even know who you are anymore.
Are you okay?
Peachy. My best friend since I was 5 thinks I'm some sort of freak. I'd like to find something to experiment on now.
Yeah, or maybe just for tonight we stuff our faces with popcorn and watch bad sci-fi, because I have been marked for death by a vampire cabal, and you are fighting with your best friend.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Oh, I can't.
What the hell?
Hey, Laura, you're dreaming. It was just a dream. Hey.
Blood. There was blood everywhere again. It filled the room until it was an ocean, and above it this light. Nothing should shine like that, like the rotted heart of the world.
So that's not creepy. Do you think these are still the dreams that mean she's been chosen?
She shouldn't be having these dreams anymore. The charm should have chased the vampires away.
I don't think it's a vampire. It's the girl. The girl in the nightdress.
You saw her?
I think so. She was in the room as the blood rose. She didn't even try and swim. Why didn't she try and swim?
Did she say anything?
No. Maybe not to go into the light, because the light is hungry.
Awesome, I didn't need to sleep again ever.
That's everything she said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You asked about her before. It's her, isn't it? It's Elle.
I don't know. I've never seen her. The girls we talk about her sometimes. Little girl with a mole right here. But she's never tried to say anything to me.
Who are we talking about now?
Her ex, kind of. She got taken a long time ago. Maybe she can't get to you. Maybe it's like a non-vampire thing.
Sure.
The light is hungry. Not to get all fascinated by weird things, but maybe it's a clue. Maybe it has something to do with the second stage of the parasite.
Could be, but how are we going to cross-reference some ancient evil light with weird parasitic brainworms and... Oh no.
How did you idiots ever trap me?
Just in case we don't come back, we are recording this message.
We've determined that a research trip, which some of you may not approve of, is a necessity.
And since the sub-basements where the archives are housed only exists after dark, a day trip was out of the question. So, if you're watching this, Danny, Perry...
Oh, hell no. We are not apologizing to them. We are ready for the weird. We thrive on it. We tape our flamethrowers to our pulse rifles, and we make the weird submit. We're going to the library.
So we survived the research trip, which we should probably never speak of again. And here is our haul. One gnarly Sumerian book from before time began, and...
The rescued digital consciousness of one J.P. Armitage, junior records clerk and Silas student, class of 1874. Say hi to the internet, J.P.
Because somebody really did get absorbed into the library catalog. Although how he got sucked in like 100 years before the catalog was digitized...
We really need to find you a better interface. Anyway, turns out JP has helped us before. Remember the truly stellar search results and timely warnings for us to flee from our last trip to the library? All courtesy of JP.
According to JP, there was a rash of disappearances in 1874 as well, and although he didn't have an electron microscope to suss out the brain parasites, he did get way further along than we did with his research into the Lucha Esserintem, or the Hungry Light, and the cult of vampires serving it, aka the Dean's Special Counsel. He'd even found reference to this giant Sumerian tome that's supposed to have a section on it, which is what he was searching for in the sub-basement when he got absorbed.
Well, Wonder Librarian better have more than just hungry and eats girls, because that pretty much describes everything in this book.
No, but there's gotta be something.
No, Yogoth, raised with 12 virgins, burned at the stake. Kalos, sprinkled with the blood of virgins, smeared on the roots of this sacrificial tree. Nyar Logoth prefers the livers of virgins, force-fed nothing but red wine for 96 days. 13-year-old boys have so much more subtlety.
Yeah, that's the problem with the existence of horrors from beyond the dawn of time. Their lack of subtlety. Though it is pretty cool you can read Sumerian.
1871 was a dull year. I decided to read Gilgamesh.
Oh, good. You're all still here. Because I saw Laura's last video about going to the library, and I thought I'd just check to make sure you weren't dead, and you're not. So that's fine.
She'll come around, you'll see, because you're awesome. And we would literally be nowhere without you. You know that, right?
Thanks. Come on, JP. Let's you and I hit my homunculate anatomy course and see if we can't figure out anything about these parasites.
Great. And we will keep reading the giant Sumerian tome of Do Not Want. So, thanks, by the way, for coming with us to the library.
I thought we were never speaking of that again.
Yeah. You came along because you want to know what happened to her, didn't you? So you're hoping that you can save her somehow?
Don't start expecting heroic vampire crap from me, Cupcake. If I know better than to mess with my mother, I sure as hell know better than to spit in the eye of something old enough to think it's a god. Besides, the wench is dead.
So are you. Doesn't seem to be putting a dent in your social life. Besides, if you want me to stop having heroic notions about you, you should probably stop saving my life.
Then who would buy the cupcakes?
There is just nothing like a good night's sleep, right, sleepyhead?
No.
I mean, I did dream about that weird black cat thing again, but I think that's just my subconscious being weird. This morning, after a long night of fruitless research, it is more fruitless research. This time for my final lit paper, on which I am woefully behind. If anyone had told me before college that fighting evil required this much paperwork, I would not have believed them.
Where is she? Because she thinks this is some kind of joke, or that she's trying to teach me a lesson. It is in such incredibly bad taste.
Where is who now?
Susan! LaFontaine. And I know that she's mad at me, but that is just no excuse for all this.
LaFontaine isn't here.
What? No. No, she has to be. It has to be a joke.
What has to be a joke?
Her room was a mess, and this was stapled to the door.
Dear student, your nosy little friend no longer attends Silas University because A, she meddled in things that were none of her business. B, did you really think we wouldn't find out what you were up to? C, we are ancient and terrible. D, none of you are safe. We'll take anyone we want. Exit procedures have commenced. No action on your part is required.
They could have taken her anywhere. They could be doing anything.
Sure. But any money left is with the other missing girls. They're down by 2 and they need to make up numbers.
What do you mean down by 2?
Well, they already lost Sarah Jane and I stopped them from taking Laura here.
So you mean that because you protected Laura, they needed a replacement, and so they took, and you just let them? Why wouldn't you have given her a bracelet too? Why wouldn't you have warned somebody?
'Cause whoever I helped, they just end up taking more. I didn't think it would be one of your friends. I told you I'm not the hero of this piece.
What were you thinking, the two of you? Getting involved in all of this and putting everything you do up online for everyone to see? Oh God, what if they're putting those things in her brain? What if the last thing she remembers is that I was awful to her?
I did this. They took LaFontaine because they couldn't take me. Because they could see my videos and they knew what we were up to.
Just stop all of this before I get queasy. Cupcake, you are ridiculous and headstrong and naive, and this whole Lois Lane Jr. gig is doomed. Okay? But unless you're going around kidnapping girls for some ancient unspeakable evil, nothing that's happening right now is your fault.
Really?
Yeah, former minion of the evil? Yeah.
Okay, but Perry's not wrong either. We need to be smarter than this. We need to make sure that we've warned anybody who might be in harm's way. Which includes you. If you are on the Silas campus, you are in danger.
Duh. Though, did anyone think to tell that big puppy that follows you around that his BFF's a vampire?
Oh my God, Kirsch!
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Dude, no. Okay, Will's my bro. He came with me to SJ's memorial, which was really sad.
Kirsch, I'm sorry.
The memorial's nice, though. There's like a little rock with her name on it. I bring her flowers sometimes. Pink ones. She likes pink stuff.
That's sweet.
And look, I get it. You guys are trying to help me because you think I'm dumb.
No.
All right, you think I'm not good at math or science or English or whatever, but I know bros. And Zetas, we walk through fire for each other. And even if Will is a vampire, he's a Zeta first.
Doesn't work that way, Beefcake.
Well, listen, out of the two of you, my man Will never tried to bite me.
Just do me a favor, okay? Just be careful around him. I was not kidding when I said he tried to kill me.
Okay, yeah. And hey, if you're not too busy fighting evil, maybe you would come to the post-midterm bash on Friday? We're wrapping the goat and bacon this year.
Yum.
Can send a dude to college, but you can't make him think.
It must be nice sometimes, though, to be normal or oblivious. Nothing to worry about except the midterm bash and whether the person you like is going to be there. That must sound so stupid to you. You've been to, what, a zillion dances?
Yeah, but most of the time I was bait in a supernatural con game.
So you can't remember what kids did for kicks back in 1698?
It wasn't much different. We drank a lot and danced like fools. Waltzing was fun. It had a Frisal scandal back then.
How is waltzing scandalous?
Well, partners were face to face, chest to chest. All of that whirling. In 1698, it may as well have been sex.
So you had some fun after all.
Once or twice. Why don't you just take mine? I'll curl up on the floor.
No, I couldn't make you...
Vampire constitution trumps lower back pain.
Thanks. Worst crush ever.
Good morning, Laura's viewers. So, as some of you are probably aware, my best friend has been kidnapped, and there's really absolutely nothing that any of us can do about it. But instead of sitting around and panicking, I decided to make myself useful. There was a lot to clean, so that's done. Oh, I should go check on the brownies. Good morning, Laura.
It's 6 a.m.
I know, but I ran out of things to clean, so I thought it was time we had a little talk. Brownie?
Thanks. Sorry, I keep dreaming there's this giant cat thing sleeping on the floor.
Oh, that's probably just Carmilla. Carmilla! Carmilla! Do you want a brownie?
Seriously? I was just getting to sleep. Did you vacuum around me?
Okay, so now that you're both awake, I think it's time that we had a floor meeting.
So we're in hell now.
Seems so. Brownies are good.
The two of you can be flip all you like, but the fact remains that La Fontaine is missing, and we need to start doing something about it right now. So, first, I think we need to put this thing on some kind of delay so that we aren't just giving ourselves away if something evil is watching. Second, are we calling the police? Possibly hiring a private investigator. Mercenaries, bloodthirsty killers for hire, we can do that, right?
We went over all this with Betty. The police won't come unless campus security calls them, and no private investigator will even set foot on this campus, which really is an indication, and I don't even know how you go about finding mercenaries. But we'll hit the book. There's supposed to be something in there. In the meantime, I think I saw some mold behind the toilet, so you can...
On it.
And now for our daring daylight escape.
And now for hitting the book. She might be traumatized, but she isn't wrong.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't...
Is that new stuff appearing on the book because you spilled blood on it? Right, of course it is.
It's an entry from something called Lawfilformes, the light that devours, an ancient evil that demands... I'm not sure about the symbol there. 5, shocker, virgins every 20 years. Once victims are marked, their world narrows to celebration.
It likes party girls, that's it, that's our thing, so how do we stop it?
Old as the ocean's depths, the light that betrays all, blah, 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 draws the devoured to it and consumes their minds, which increases the light and draws in more of the devoured.
So it's absorbing their minds and using the energy to draw more people in. And if Elle is reaching out to us, then...
They're conscious in there.
God, this just gets creepier and creepier.
Word. Hey, why are we all freaking out?
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're all right.
What do you mean I'm back? I didn't go anywhere. Did I go somewhere? There's just nothing. I remember being here, talking to you, and then I was in that corner like no time had passed.
Well, it was more than just a day. We didn't think you'd come back. That other girl, Elsie, she didn't come back.
They really took me. If they did, those things are in my brain. How long do I have? Great. So, what do we know? Please tell me you didn't waste an entire day making brownies.
No, we found it. It's this devouring light thing called Lupiformes.
Lawfilformes.
And it looks like the dean sacrifices 5 girls to it every 20 years.
Wow, so much for the university's progressive policies on feminism, huh? So, why would the dean do that?
Well, why does anyone start a cult? Wealth, power, eternal youth, to get back at people you knew in high school?
So, is there anything in the book that might...
No, it's more in the all hail and coward mewling worms vein.
Okay, so maybe we don't have to go with the book, but ancient evil brain parasites, yes. So maybe they don't like aspirin or cough syrup.
Father's almost dead. What's this?
I didn't see anything when they took me, but now I'm in this little room. It's dark and it smells like limestone and water, like a cave.
I don't know what she's bitching about. I mean, we're fine. Third one went so fast we need a collector again. This one replaced the airhead. So we just need to score one more for the ritual for the new moon. That'd be cake. Oh, damn it! This one's fainted. Did you forget to water them again? Good news, smarty pants. The dean will see you now.
Oh, that's okay. I know she's busy.
Did you record your own kidnapping?
Maybe.
Incompetent idiots. No, not you guys, my mother's minions. Who lets a kidnapping victim get in with a recording device? That's just... by which I mean, well done, you.
You did amazing. They have 3 girls down there, and they're all still alive.
Yeah, but we still don't know where there is, or how to deal with my mother, let alone some ancient unspeakable evil. So we're still utterly screwed.
But there's a ritual, right? So maybe we just need to stop them from taking any more girls until, what did Will say, the new moon. We just have to last until Friday. Which is also when my lit paper is due.
Well, hey, if we get sucked into an underground evil, your deadline will be moot.
Thanks. Hey, I gotta say, all things considered, you're taking this really well.
Yeah, it really doesn't seem to be that scary. It's probably a bad sign, right?
Oh, no. No, you can't be going yet. Oh, the others, they didn't go this fast.
Maybe it's because the ritual is so close. That might have the little wormy dudes in my brain right up. Snacks.
That won't be distracting.
It's okay. I'll stay with her and make sure she's okay. She's my best friend. Okay, come on, honey. Let's go. We'll find you some place to go dancing.
Ooh, I am starting to miss having Perry around. So, with Carmilla and JP researching mystical weapons on campus, of which there are an alarming number actually, I have decided it is time to tackle my scholastic progress, or lack thereof by having a little conversation with my...
Hey, Laura. Harry said you needed to talk to me?
My lit TA. Hey, Danny. You look good.
Thanks. And you're still filming, even after what happened in La Fontaine.
Oh, God, are you still watching?
Oh, no. Not after the library. I worry too much.
Well, I'm glad that you still care. But if you aren't watching, then how'd you know about La Fontaine?
Oh, I ran into them in the hall.
Yeah, it's not good. So I was kind of hoping that I could ask you something.
Yeah, of course.
The immediate thing of all this is that it has been very stressful.
Yeah, I know. I haven't exactly seen you in class lately.
Yeah, about that. Can I have an extension on my term paper?
What?
Just for like a week until the big soul-sucking ritual I have to thwart is over.
What?
3 days?
Oh my god. I can't believe I thought... No, instead, you had me come all this way because you can't stay on top of your homework?
Seriously? Trying to save 4 people isn't worth 3 days. And wait, can't believe you thought what?
Nothing.
Did you think that I invited you over here so that we could...
No, not anymore, I don't. I can't believe your nerve.
Can't believe my nerve. I'm not the one being unfair and vindictive.
Well, you're not the one who got thrown over for Elvira, mistress of the snark.
Okay, that is so unfair.
No, you know what? I'm not having this conversation. If you can't keep your supernatural affairs in order long enough to get your assignments done, that's your business.
Come back whenever.
This place was cleaner when you were tied up. Don't call me again.
Oh my god, she hates me. Danny hates me, and I'm gonna fail my lit course. Please tell me you're having better luck with the mystical weapon situation.
Not so much. A scalon, an enchanted spear that kills dragons, but only if you're a Christian saint. The scepter of Kirkion will heal them. The holy hand grenade of Antioch would be perfect for an influx of monstrous rabbits.
Wait, what about this one? The Blade of Hoster, forged from the burnt bones of star spawn and meant to shatter all that oppose it. Yeah, that sounds pretty... No.
Why no?
Well, it's sealed into the face of a cliff in an underwater cavern like 1,000 feet below sea level. Nobody could survive that, which is probably the point. We just need something a little less epic quest and a little more borrowed from the Museum of Warfare and Atrocities. Maybe a nice bazooka.
I could get it.
What?
The sword. I could get it. Pressure depth and nitrogen narcosis aren't really issues for a vampire.
That would be... I mean, you'd be risking your life, and if your mother found out, she would...
Yeah, well, my mother fed the only person I cared about to a monster, and maybe I don't feel like letting that happen again.
Wow, that's... I mean, I know that you're not just doing it for me, but seriously.
Don't be an idiot. Of course I'm doing it for you. Where'd you get that?
I found it here. I thought that you left it...
Get it off!
What? Ah!
Laura! No, Laura! Mother.
Hello, sweetheart. I thought it was time we had a little talk.
What do you want, Mother?
You didn't come when I sent for you. I can't imagine poor William was at all unclear. He doesn't quite have the brains for delicacy.
So if you're gonna kill me, why not just come yourself?
Kill you? When you think of the lengths I've gone to save you from your own foolishness? No. But I thought we should talk without your little friends listening in. Speaking of which... Now that was satisfying. That little son of a glitch has been a loose end since he disappeared into that rabbit hole we call the library back in 1874.
You didn't have to do that.
Yes, I did. Threats to the sacrifice cannot be tolerated. One day you'll understand.
Do you think I'm ever gonna understand why you fed the only girl I've ever loved to an abomination?
I think you're a practical girl, and you'll see that everything I do for the best. That silly little creature couldn't have loved you. The second she knew what you were, she spilled your secrets like an idiot schoolchild. She was a cockroach, a wretched, crawling thing like this one. And you, my glittering girl, are a diamond. Stone cannot love flesh.
See, all I'm hearing are your excuses for why you let a supernatural suckfest turn you into its kitchen staff.
And you think you'll be the one to change all that? You'll claw the blade of Hoster from its underwater grave and strike out the light where we worship. It was a good plan, but you won't try it. It's a blade meant to consume anyone who wields it. Why do you think the cult of Hoster buried the wretched thing? Oh, darling. There's no way for you to fight and nothing to fight with. Sometimes that's just the way of the world, and we must learn to bear it as best we can.
So if it's all doomed, why even bother coming to tell me?
Because I would hate for you to become a threat to the sacrifice. And instead, I thought I'd offer you a deal. If you can keep your little pet here from making more trouble, I'll let you keep her. Take someone else instead.
How could I ever trust you?
Why don't I start us off with a gesture of good faith? William, why don't you bring in your little friend?
Hi, Sugar Puss.
Will said you needed some help with your big rescue plan. And I was like, the Zetas are in. You know, we're up to being big damn heroes. Told you Will was a total bro.
Isn't he, darling? I do so enjoy chivalry.
Hey, Laura, you're acting kind of weird even for you.
Hush, dear. The grown-ups are talking.
I thought your hungry little nightlight wanted virgins.
Oh, you've been reading Barclay's transcriptions. That man was obsessed. No, we just take girls because it's traditional. Besides, the world's just gonna grind them up anyway, so it's almost a mercy.
What's she talking about?
This one they'll believe some idiot accident. Perhaps depression over his lost sweetie. So what's it to be? Shall we take the prom king here and leave you and the little moppet alone?
Dude, I don't get what she's talking about.
Oh, it's cool, bro. You're gonna save Laura.
Alright, sweet.
Because the other option is I simply waltz this adorable little body right out the door and into the sacrifice.
Deal.
Excellent. William?
Well, dude, what are you doing?
Joking you, bro.
Okay.
Just joking you, bro.
No.
Remember, she's safe so long as you keep her from meddling. If either of you get in the way again, all bets are off.
You've made yourself clear.
I should hope so. Now be quick. Catch.
Oh, Laura, hey.
Carm, what the?
Hey, you're fine. It was the necklace. It was just a trap from my mother. It was poisoned. But we got it off in time.
Your mom plays dirty. Man, she is gonna be so done when you show up all righteous with that sword.
Yeah, I don't think she's expecting anything like that.
Welcome to midterm week at Silas. Students are scrambling for their exams, the stage is being built for the big party. And in an underground cavern, who knows where, a horrific sacrifice is being prepared. That's the bad news. The good news is that we haven't heard anything about any other girls going missing, and with LaFontaine still hog-tied and headbanging, the vamps are still too shy of their magic number. even more awesome than that is that we have totally researched up some mystical, vamp-killing, evil-ending sword that is going to level this tilt-a-whirl of a playing field. You're going to go out and grab that soon, yeah?
Soon.
Good. It will feel a lot better when we are all together and heavily armed. I wish JP was here, but someone seems to have misplaced our non-resident librarian.
Are you alright?
Yeah. That necklace did a number on me. I feel like I had a whole other brain crammed into my skull.
That'll pass.
Ugh. That is not helping either. But I think it's also this sit-tight plan. I mean, what if the vamps just take 2 more tonight and make with the sacrifice anyway?
Well, Laura, this plan keeps you safe. It keeps your friends here safe. That's all we can do. Laura?
You're right, it's all that we can do, but what if there were more of us? Remember when I first put the videos up online and all those people that I'd never even met just wanted to help? There is a whole campus full of people out there, and what do you bet? They don't want some vampire cult kidnapping their friends any more than we do.
Laura,
with that many people, we can search every basement and cave until we find them. It's perfect!
Laura, that's...
I will go get the troops rallied, and you go get the sword, okay? Your mom and her loopy demon light thingy aren't even gonna know what hit him.
Don't you have a sword to go get?
Yeah, that could have gone better. So, I got up on the big party stage and I explained to the assembled crowd that the Dean of Students was a vampire who planned on sacrificing 5 of their classmates to some ancient, brain-devouring, hungry light, and that it was time for all of Silas to rally together. And then, unfortunately, I was hit in the head with a tomato. Turns out Danny really has not gotten over things. But before the Summer Society could pummel me with more various fruits, the Zetas showed up. Turns out Will and Kirsch are missing, and the last place anyone saw them was headed to this dorm. So the only reason I sit before you now, untarred and unfeathered, is because they couldn't agree on who had a better case of using me as a human piñata, and like all of their arguments, it quickly escalated into a free-for-all with paintballs and quarterstaff combat and no concern for the destruction of property. So I snuck to safety when they set the party stage on fire.
I want to go to the party.
So much for my big plan. The campus is a war zone, and I don't know what could have happened to Kirsch, and I don't know what to do about LaFontaine or Betty, and Carmilla's still gone, and I'm starting to get worried, and apparently my video cache is full from a giant raw file from Wednesday. But that should just be... Hello, sweetheart. I thought it was time we had a little talk.
It's time for the party. I want to go to the party.
I know, sweetie. Shh. Not one more step, bloodsucker. What is this?
So what's it to be? Shall we take the prom king here and leave you and the little moppet alone?
Deal.
Excellent. Were you even going to tell me about JP, about Kirsch, about the fact that she possessed me and used me to hurt my friends? Or was it just going to be, sorry babe, no sword, no rescue. That's just the way the world is.
Laura,
I won't let you take her.
Laura, she promised to leave us alone.
Yeah, just so long as you let her kill my friends. You know, it's not the sword. The sword would kill you, and I get that. It's that you just gave up. After everything, you didn't even try.
Laura, that's not...
Go away, Carmilla. Go run and hide. We're done. So college isn't turning out quite like I thought it would. For those of you who have been watching, you know that a couple months ago the dean, who's evil, kidnapped my roommate Betty to feed some brain-devouring hungry light under the earth. I thought I could save my roommate, and instead all I've managed to do is get my friends brain-sucked and kidnapped, and my heart broken by my sociopathic vampire roommate, who's probably the only one who's going to survive any of this. Also, I'm pretty sure I flunked out. The worst part is that if I just sit here and do nothing, it'll pass me over. I could be safe and go home to my dad, and all I'd have to do is accept the fact that I don't understand the world and that I can't change it. And that even trying would be throwing away my life for nothing.
It's time for the party. I have to go.
Calm down, sweetie. There's no party.
There is, and it's now.
The party?
The party.
Laura, you are not helping.
No, I mean the party. When Carmilla did the translation, she said, their world narrows to celebration, but what if it was supposed to be their world narrows to the celebration? Is there a bright light at the party?
Yes, party light glittering.
And you know how to get there, how to get to the party.
I have to go.
I won't try and force you. There's no way that we can win. We might not even be able to make a dent.
I am supposed to be planning a post-midterms brunch and hassling my best friend because pipettes make crappy stocking stuffers. Some things are more important than whether you can win.
So sometimes you stand up anyway. Dad, if you're watching this, sorry for all the stupid things that I've done, and I love you. And Carmilla, if you're watching this, then you know.
God damn it. Of all the imbecilic, idiots, suicidal, you just had to go and get yourself eaten. Oh God, you're somewhere getting eaten.
Where the hell is Laura? Because this isn't funny.
What?
I just got a text. Trapped in basement of old chapel. Come quick, bring steaks.
The Dudley Chapel. The Lustig building. They're under the Lustig building.
Are you being serious? This isn't a joke?
Only the part that's happening right now, Xena. Okay. Get down there, rustle up your Brobdingnagian sorority sisters, and get to the Lustig. Hell, even tell the Zetas that's where the missing bros are.
And where are you going?
To do something really stupid.
Is that thing still running?
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be filming our soppy, heartfelt goodbyes or something.
Screw that.
Good call. See you at the violence.
So a completely unexpected thing just happened. We won. We actually won. We won. And Carmilla's dead.
So, Laura's kind of having a rough time right now.
So Laura and I followed LaFontaine across campus to the Lustig building and then down through the basement into a series of caves.
I still cannot believe you used me as a human homing beacon.
I know, it's just we were getting desperate and then...
No. That was hardcore. We do not apologize for the hardcore.
I missed you, weirdo.
Control freak.
Right, so then everyone was there. The vampires, the dean, Kirsch, and all the rest, and they were standing at the lip of this enormous chasm with their backs to us, so we rushed them, which was a bad idea. But I did manage to stake that one guy. Will? Oh, sorry, sweetie.
It's okay. I mean, you kind of had it coming.
But then the rest of the vampires caught us and they threw Laura and I in an old broom closet to eat later.
You know the next part? They forgot to take away Laura's phone, which apparently has really great reception, so I get a text, and with a little convincing, I rustle up the cavalry. A phalanx of sisters, 40-odd Zetas, armed with their traditional tridents and salted herring. And so we free Laura and Perry, and we rush the vampire line. And we totally had them on the ropes when this rumbling started. And from the bottom of the pit, you could see this light rising. And it was like...
Like the sun coming up underground, and you're transfixed by the brightness. Everybody started walking right towards it, because what can you do but give yourself over to this light? Which was the moment this huge cat grabbed me by the scruff of my neck and dragged me away from the edge. And then it shrank and shifted, and there was Carmilla. With a sword. A sword like a hollow in reality, eating light.
And when the dean saw Carmilla, she screamed and came at us in this swarm of shadows, like crows scratching and clawing. And they fought like that until the dean transformed into a woman again, at which point Carmilla decks her in the face with the sword hilt and she falls into the pit.
But it was too late. The light was everywhere. You could see these figures in it reaching out for you. And I think Elle was maybe reaching out for Carmilla, and Carmilla was crying. Because in all this time, she'd never been able to see her. But then Carmilla turned to me and said, "You know, I really am starting to hate this heroic vampire crap." And then she leapt. Drove the sword right into the heart of the light, and the light shook and sputtered like it was alive, and the ghosts screamed, and they all fell together into the darkness.
Once the light was out, I guess the brain parasites died because everyone seemed to wake up, more or less.
I was arriving at the wine and cheese, and that's it. I don't even remember if I got any wine.
I was on a campus tour. I didn't even want to go to this school.
But we were all still stuck in an almost completely dark underground cavern with a gang of vampires. Except it wasn't totally dark, because all over the walls and in the air were these beautiful glowing puffballs, courtesy of the Alchemy Club.
Yeah, it was like having a bar fight in black light. And then this other vamp tried to break my arm, and Psych Society here saved my bacon.
That was accidental.
Hey, even if you save a Zeta's life, you become an honorary Zeta. You get a trident and everything. And, you know, it'd be kind of cool if you would... Well, when the chips are down, you're kind of like a bro. And I could sort of use one.
Well, finally, all the vampires surrendered. Except for Carmilla's mom, who was 50 feet down the cliff face, clinging on by her fingernails.
Oh, and she was doing the whole, "You fools, you don't know what you've done. You'll regret this. Zombies will eat your liver, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, and then Laura's like, "Hey, sorry, the students of Silas University would like a new dean because A, you're a callous evil witch." Yep, that one's it, A. And then Laura goes and pushes this rock that's been teetering on the edge, and bam, done with the dean.
Even better than that, now that the ancient demonic brain lantern is off, people are finally coming around, realizing they probably should have been upset about going to a school that serves eyeballs in the cafeteria, has safety protocols for escaped cacodemons, and where Mortal Kombat is a prerequisite for tenure. The administration is finally going to have to listen to my long, long list of healthy... Yeah. Sorry, Laura.
It's okay.
Laura, you did it. You saved Betty. You saved almost everyone.
Yeah. Almost everyone. Hey. So, after everything that happened, I didn't really feel like filming anymore, but Perry seems to think it'll be good for me. He'll provide closure or continuity or something.
Girl? Seriously. God, her soul possessions are like a pile of empty wallets and some punk rock t-shirts.
So Betty's back. Kind of. Turns out she was supposed to be going to Princeton, so she's just here while she's waiting to hear about a transfer.
And bleach. I'm going to need all of the bleach. God, how did you not die?
She's still a pretty good roommate, as roommates go. She doesn't steal all my things, and she actually uses the chore wheel. Oh, and I didn't fail. Danny got my grades switched to the pass side of pass-fail on account of my saving 5 students from being eaten and all. Professor Cochran actually gave me an A- in journalism. She said that it would have been an A, but desperate last-minute rescues are bad
Oh my God,
form.
there's blood in the milk container. Why is there blood in the milk container? What is wrong with you people? Why would anyone go to this school?
Yeah, we've been having a lot of those since the battle. Aftershocks, I guess? Oh, and JP's okay. Kind of. Turns out LaFontaine had a backup USB, which is a little weird, but better to have him than not. He and LaFontaine have been spending a lot of time together in the library lately. I think they're kind of dating. Maybe. Perry is dealing with that as best she can. I'm gonna miss those two when my dad comes to pick me up for reading week. And look, I know that she was a terrible roommate and kind of a terrible person sometimes, and that one big grand gesture doesn't make up for centuries of what's essentially murder, but she was my terrible roommate, and she made the big gesture for me.
Hey, Laura. So something happened, and I just wanted to come prepare you so that you wouldn't freak out. So Kirsch and some of his Zeta bros were throwing cherry bombs into the big pit under the Lustig, and they found
Okay, sorry, Izzy, but she's heavier than she looks.
Carm!
Okay. So we think she's... I mean, she seems dead, but she's a vampire, right?
Well, blood! She needs blood! Please don't be dead. Please don't be dead.
Well, that was a kick.
Hey.
Hey.
Are you hurt? It looks like maybe you're hurt, and I'm sorry I hugged you so hard that you're hurt. It's just that you were dead, and now you're not, and I know that you're probably going through a lot of stuff with your mom. It's just that... And I know that you didn't do everything for me, but I just... Wow. So you're a giant black cat, huh?
I really can't have one day without that thing.
Oh, come on. Don't you want to record it for posterity?
Posterity can bite me. I have better things to do.
Oh, come on. They are all dying to know how you survived. I will make it worth your while.
Well, it turns out that I hate this place so much.
Where is it? Where's the book? The big Sumerian book.
It's in the washroom. I was using it as a bath mat. It's pretty cushy.
I don't read Sumerian. Law for Formers. Where is it? Where's the page? I know it talks about sacrificing 5 virgins every 20 years, but does it say anything about what would happen if it ate, say, a very old, very powerful vampire like your mother?
We didn't kill it?
I have an idea. We just go. We leave for reading week and we never come back. I mean, we can do that, right? Right?
Can you see them? Are they still coming?
I think we lost them in those trees that look like weird people.
What about there? That could be the torches. Get down!
Hey, everyone who still might be watching, and welcome to the Christmas version of this vlog, happening in this very creepy diner instead of my dad's nice, cozy home, all because of our unexpected need to flee the Silas campus several days ago. And because when we finally hiked to the nearest town and tried to explain our situation, someone tried to bite their mare. So they formed a mob.
With torches.
And pitchforks.
And chased us here. Happy holidays.
I still don't see why you killjoy stopped me. One less politician in the world.
It's Christmas. You don't murder people for Christmas.
A holiday where you can't kill people is a stupid holiday.
All of you, shh! They will hear us.
Actually, it kind of looks like they're moving away.
Or at least not getting any closer. Well, I guess we can just hole up in here. Wherever here is.
Hole up here? Well, how long is that going to be?
Do you want to go send the Bobbsey twins out there to ask them?
So we're just stuck here indefinitely. Awesome.
What's with you? Did one of those Styrian whack jobs graze you with a pitchfork?
No, I'm fine.
Well, it could be much worse. It looks like this used to be some kind of diner or bakery or something. And looks like we can find some food.
Way ahead of you.
Oh, I'm not sure that those are edible. Ooh, a hot chocolate machine.
All right, I'm gonna regret this, but what's wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that we had to flee school and hike through the mountains, and there's no cell coverage, so my dad probably thinks I died in an earthquake, and there's a mob chasing us, and it's Christmas, and I'm supposed to be watching the BBC Christmas specials with my dad, and making gingerbread and hot chocolate, and you think all that's stupid.
And useless and sentimental. But when has that ever stopped you before? Come on. We'll stick candles and expired East German snack cakes, and we'll have our own Christmas.
Yeah. It's not the same.
Was someone just here?
Were those here before?
Corn syrup and diglycerides, baby.
Normally, I'm not a fan of mass-produced confections, but these are amazing.
Remember those cookies your mom used to make for Hanukkah?
Oh, yes. Remember those ones with the little candy thing? Listen.
So that's kind of weird.
Can I help you, girls?
Sorry, we just didn't know anyone else was here. What with the dust and the spiders and everything.
Oh, don't be silly. This is the Klaus Kuchen house, the most famous Christmas destination in all of Austria. We had to build it here after we left the Pole. That unfortunate business with the reindeer, you know. But look at you poor birds, exhausted, all alone, so far from home. Let Mama whip you up a Christmas treat. All of your favorite things. Let me see. We have peppermint fudge, and cranberry tarts, and blood sausage, ugh, and gingerbread with cider.
That's amazing.
Try the gingerbread. It's my specialty.
Oh, really? So when I offer, it's all, you don't understand, Carmilla. Oh, you can't kill people for Christmas, Carmilla. But some old diner lady hauls her creepy gingerbread and... her really creepy gingerbread.
What's the matter, sweet girl? Would you like something else? Some jelly beans or gumdrops or chocolate cake or marzipan?
No, that's okay. This is wonderful. It's just, I miss my dad.
Oh, of course you do. I miss all my little helpers and my fat husband.
Did something happen to them?
Well, once the customers stopped coming, certain sacrifices had to be made. You know, they didn't agree with Chris and his elfin. But food can be such a comfort. You just let the sugar and the butter and the spice fill you up to the brim. It's the stuff of life.
Gingerbread cookies.
Of course.
Can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah, sure. You want a cookie?
Maybe later. You don't think any of this is suspicious?
Any of what?
The magical treats, the angry mob too scared to come in here, the gingerbread dioramas of doom.
Please, she is literally Mama Claus, a sweet lady who likes Christmas.
Have you seen those things?
Okay, just because you hate the holidays.
This isn't about me hating Christmas.
Fine. Whatever you say, Scrooge McVampire. Seriously? Fine. There's plenty more merry where that came from.
You two are a lot of help.
Weird Christmas-hating vampire. She probably goes around pretending to be Krampus and telling kids Santa dies in their chimneys. Guys? How many of these have you eaten?
A truly alarming quantity.
I think I'd like to stop now. I'm starting to feel like I'm made of cookies.
Oh, crap.
Why aren't you eating, dear? It's Christmas time. Indulge yourself.
I'm just so worried about my sugar intake, what with heart health and diabetes.
No need to worry about those things, my little Lebkuchen. My little Weihnachten snack.
Yeah, just so we're clear here, you totally turn people into gingerbread and eat them, don't you?
It's been so long since Mama had a Christmas feast. How roast you like those tasty reindeer?
Yep, okay. Carmilla?
Oh, really? Because I wouldn't want to ruin your holiday fun.
Evil Christmas lady trying to eat me here.
You know, with all my inappropriate mayor biting and talk about murdering people for Christmas.
Murder her for Christmas! Murder her for Christmas! So, I am pleased to announce that we survived the trial by cannibalistic Christmas witch.
And watching Carmilla disembowel said witch seems to have scared off the mob.
Hey.
Hey.
Look what I found.
Oh, so never eating gingerbread again? Oh, you have a little something right there. Ooh.
Look, I know I'm not so good with the feelings thing, but I'm sorry things are so messed up at school, and I'm sorry you're not spending Christmas with your dad.
Thanks. And as Christmas company goes, you're not so bad yourself. For a vampire. Merry Christmas, Carm.